The Ravenloft Gazetteer, Volume 2, was released in 2003. Written by John Mangum, Ryan Naylor, Chris Nichols, and Andrew Wyatt, with interior art from Tom Baiadilano, Bob Grasseroich, Andrew Wyatt, and Talon Dunning. The cover was done by Ron Thompson. It is the second guide in the Gazetteer series, and written by the same format as the first. This time, S explores the domains of Darkon, Necropolis, Lamortia, and Falknovia. On this section of Darkon, S brings up some of the territory lords that ruled while Azelin was away, and we have updates on kind of what happened to him. It also talks about the economic and political fallout from the loss of its largest city in Darkon, Ul-Aluk, when it was turned into Necropolis, and also how the people have turned on the religion of the Eternal Order since the Grim Harvest, which has allowed the Church of Ezra to gain a foothold in the domain. Azelin spun the event in his favor, telling the people that he invaded the realm of the dead and held off their invasion. The chapter on Necropolis gives true numbers on how many people were killed during the Grim Harvest, and it was around 27,000 people. After death failed to stop Azelin's return, he went into a kind of self-posed exile and gave up control of the undead of his city, and they began to turn on each other. Now, Death has since regained control, but there are now factions among the undead, and we learn that S's daughter is an undead in Necropolis and is now under the control of Death. We learn that Lamortia sent a colony to Markovia, but it was wiped out and never heard from again after a few months. Lamortia has no established religions there. For some reason, all Lamortians tend to be atheists. S even explores the Isle of Agony and has a short conversation with Adam. The write-up on Falknovia is especially interesting since this is the most extensive write-up on the domain we have had to date. The reason Falknovia is even tolerated by other domains, after starting several wars with them, is that they are kind of the breadbasket of the core. So the other domains pay Falknovia for their grain, and Falknovia then uses that money to arm their soldiers to fight against those very domains. There are some new spells, magical items, and new monsters, of course. The NPCs covered are Azelin, which gets a little more info on just how he came back. Death is covered. Vlad Drakov, Ebb, Azelin's shadow dragon, Gongadil, the leader of the Night of Shadows and resistance leader in Falknovia, Lady Cassandra, the Kargat leader and vampire who helped Azelin in his return, and Vladimir Ludzig from Monstrous Compendium 2. Victor Mordenheim and Adam are also covered. This, like the first Gazetteer, is a must-have. The wealth of information provided in these Gazetteers is astounding. You will learn things about these domains you never thought were possible. There are plenty of new dread possibilities, new snide comments by Azelin, which gives more clues as to what his plan is, and of course great commentary from S as we learn more about her. An entertaining read, a must-get. Legacies of Terror, Lands of Legend. From the towering forest of Falknovia, clutched in the iron fist of the mercenary king Vlad Drakov, to the efficient and rationally ruled realm of dour Lamortia, intrigue and terror hold sway. Secret police and elite soldiers enforce their Dark Lord's rule with brutal efficiency. Yet such fanatics are feared less than the undead horror stalking the streets of Necropolis, and their cruel order is preferred to the ambitious plans of Darkon's enigmatic Azelin Rex. In these northern lands, steeped in magic and warped by a mad desire for conquest, evil never sleeps. The second in a series of setting sourcebooks, Ravenloft Gazetteer 2 examines the northernmost regions of the central continent. Within these pages, the feudal domains of the Wizard King Azelin Rex, the damned city of Necropolis, the republican aristocracy of Lamortia, and the tyrannical military realm of Falknovia await the bold-hearted and the daring.